Hey everyone, welcome to Erie Christian Church, Food for the Soul, our special Halloween edition. I told you last week that we would have a special guest, and she's here today. This is my mother-in-law, Linda, and we all call her Nama. My nephew, Tyler, when he was first born, that was what he decided to call her, so we all call her Nama. So everyone say hey to Nama. Hello, glad you're here.
Thank you for having me.
We're going to have so much fun. Years ago, we always had these family Halloween parties, and Nama came up with all these wonderful ideas of different things that we can do. So she's going to help us bake some of the things that we liked, and we hope that you have a lot of fun with us. So we're going to make 3 different things today, and the first thing we're going to start off with our bat chips and salsa. So Nama's going to help us with that. So what you need is a pre-bought tortilla shell. So she's got one of those for us. You need a bat cookie cutter, and if you don't have a bat cookie cutter, you can use any other kind, but we have this nice, fun, festive bat cutter. And we have our cutting board, and she's going to start trying to cut out as many bats as she can out of the tortilla. So you probably won't get a ton. It depends on what size of tortilla you get. I recommend getting the bigger ones so you can get more out of it. And hopefully it cuts well, hopefully. The metal ones are the best for this, but I didn't have a metal bat, so we're gonna use the plastic one. How's that working? Slowly? Oh, perfect.
It's working.
It's working. It doesn't have to be perfect. As we know in the kitchen, it doesn't have to be perfect. That looks good. Perfect.
I think I cut part of them off.
That's okay. I like it. It's perfect. So we have a little bat shape here. It's great. Can tear a little bit more off to get his head. Except for I think I just ripped off his head. He's had a bad day. It's good. It looks like a bat. And then you just kind of put the other stuff aside. You can keep those or you can eat them. A lot of people like to do that while they're in the kitchen. And that works out great. A metal cutter is the best for this though. Perfect. Yay! And then she has another bat. So we are ready for the next thing. So you would do this to as many as you want. If it's just one of you, you would, however many you want. Or if you're having a party, you definitely want to make lots of these. And this is a really great thing to do up ahead. So now that we have our bat, she's going to use a little bit of olive oil. We have a nice brush here for her. And she's just going to brush that on the bat on both sides. And this is going to help it crisp up. Now you can put this in your oven at 350 degrees, or you can do your air fryer. I love my air fryer for this because it's quick and easy and I don't have to heat up the whole house. But maybe on the cold fall days, it's a nice thing to do. So she'll get that on there and she's brushed that on. And then she's going to put a little bit of salt. So you could use kosher salt or just table salt. We have table salt for today. You don't want a ton because it'll be super, super salty. So you just put a little bit on, and then we're just going to put it on the tray. And we'll keep going until we fill the tray up and be ready to go to bake them. All right, so we have our bats all ready and they're already in the air fryer. And now there's another way you could do this. You can actually make this as a dessert as well. And so Nama cut out some ghosts for us. We got that all ready. Look at that. So we have a cute little ghost. And what we're gonna do with this one is we're gonna put a little melted butter on it. Just one side, I think, is all we need to do. And then we're going to sprinkle it with cinnamon and sugar. And so we'll have frosted ghosts here in a few minutes. So we'll get these done, put them in the air fryer or your oven at 350 degrees for about 5 minutes. And then we'll show you what you can do with them to make them frightfully good. Okay, our 5 minutes are up and our crisps are ready. Nama has her bat crisps and we put in some salsa in a bowl so she can put those around. And then my ghost crisps are done and we made some icing to go with it. Powdered sugar, vanilla, and milk is all you need. So we're just gonna try to display these in a fun way. If you have fun Halloween containers, you can put them in that. Nama had this really great orange bowl for us to use for the ghosts, and then I had this white one, or a clear one, for the salsa so you could see the red in it, make it more fun. And this is just such a nice, fun treat. It's easy for kids to do. And you just put them all in there and around, so you can see that. And they're already nice and crispy. And so we hope that you really enjoy these, and we're gonna make our next thing, and it's gonna be mummy dogs, so stay tuned. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and make our mummy dogs. And what you need for this is you need hot dogs. And you need crescent rolls, or I actually bought the crescent dough sheet. I think that'll be a little easier to work with. And then you also need some cheese. So we're gonna go ahead and open up our crescent doughs here. And while I do this, Nama's gonna take our hot dogs and she's gonna cut them in half. So you have them sitting out and you cut them right down the middle, because we want to make them not as tall, but you can keep them full size if you want. But this is super when you're having a party to just make it more of bite size. All right. So if you have a crescent dough or crescent rolls, or if you have the dough sheet, I really like the dough sheets because then you don't have to worry about the little lines and perforations. So Nama cut those in half. You want to show them what it looks like there? All right, nice and in half like that. And we'll go ahead and start cutting our mummy wrap. This was one of the first things we made. These were so fun. The kids love them. They still ask for them. Nama said Papa was asking for them the other day, so I think that's fun and exciting. So I'm just going to cut like little strips of mummy wrap out of the crescent dough sheets. And what we're going to do is start wrapping up our mummy. So you can add cheese to yours if you want. So if we do that, we'll take a piece of cheese and we'll put it right on our mummy. It's a little bit bigger than our mummy, so you can maybe cut some of that off if we need to. It's hard to know lengthwise, but if you use like a bun length hot dog, that one size is perfect. So we'll go ahead and just put the cheese behind it, and then we start wrapping our mummy. And you just want to make sure that that crescent dough goes all the way around. If you're using the triangles, you can like cut them into strips, or you can leave them whole. It's however you want, but if you want it to look like a mummy, you want to make sure that you get that wrapping effect for sure. And it's so fun, like I said, with kids or even for adults. So I just wrapped it around and you can see the different spots. And we're going to just go ahead and put that in the air fryer or your oven, again at 350 degrees, 8 to 10 minutes. You just want to get that crescent roll nice and crispy for you. So we're going to go ahead and keep wrapping these up and see what we can do. Another thing you can do if you want to do these for breakfast, we did these last year with our high schoolers, you can do sausage links and do the same thing. I did pre-cook my sausage links last year, and I did not add the cheese, but you sure could. You could even add eggs in it, make it a little more grotesque if you want, but that's lots of fun. And you don't have to add the cheese if you don't want it. One of my kids does not like the cheese, so we'll make some without the cheese, and they're just as good. So remember, you bake these at 350 degrees for 8 to 10 minutes. We'll get these in the oven and we'll show you what they look like when they're all done. All right, our mummy dogs are all done and we put them on our tray. Now, for the ones that have cheese, you can do something special. Nama's going to take a toothpick and she's going to try to hollow out 2 eyes so the cheese comes through. It's not perfect, but you can also use mustard to put eyeballs on there, or you can use ketchup, whatever you have or whatever you like. It's just such a fun treat. Now we have some with cheese and some without, so you do whatever you want. Or you could even go into the Wilton candy aisle and get little eyeballs. So there's lots of options for you. It's just a fun thing to do, and we're really, really excited about having these here in just a few minutes. So we hope you like these, and like I said, you can do them for breakfast too. You can use the sausage links. So we hope that you really enjoy these, and we're so grateful that you're here. How's it going, Nama?
Going.
I'm going to hold one up.
Okay.
They look so good. That's the eyeballs in there. It's just a fun treat for Halloween. And next, the best part of what we're doing today.
The pièce de résistance.
Exactly. We are going to make kitty litter cake. So we'll show you how to do that in just a second. All right, so now the best part of all, we're gonna make our kitty litter cake. So there's lots of things that you need for this, and we did a bunch of prep work already. So you need to bake a white cake and a spice cake. A lot of the different recipes that you find online, you can do a chocolate cake or a German chocolate cake with the white cake, but we found that spice cake is best because it's more like fall. So you wanna go ahead and bake those ahead of time and let those cool. So I did that yesterday. And then you wanna put together, according to the package directions, 2 boxes of vanilla pudding or 1 big box. So it's whatever you have at home, and do that according to directions and keep that in a refrigerator so it stays chilled. And then you need to chop up some vanilla sandwich cookies, whatever kind that you like, And it says 12 ounces, so I had the big package, so I just did 2 rows, and that worked out well. Then you need 12 Tootsie Rolls, and you want to go ahead and unwrap those and have those on a plate, because you're going to see what we're going to do with those in just a few minutes. So what you need to do, first of all, oh, and you need green food coloring as well, but we'll talk about that in a few minutes. So you're just going to take your cake, and you're just going to put it in a giant bowl. And it doesn't matter if it falls apart, because you're going to smash it up here in just a minute. So I'll give you that, Nama. Maybe it's not going to come out. There we go. And then you're just going to start smashing this all up so it's all mixed in together. I'm going to let you do it unless you want help. This is working out great because it kind of makes a hole. And what we're going to do then is we're just going to add the pudding in with it and the cookies in with it. But you're going to save some of the cookies in here in just a few minutes. We'll show you how to do that because we're going to do something special with those on the top. So we're just going to smash that up. Nama's doing a great job. She doesn't make the mess that I make, which is really nice. It's kind of why I let her have that job, because otherwise it'd have been everywhere for me.
Oh, stop it.
You know it's true. I lose food on the floor all the time.
See?
Oh, just a little. It's just the way it works. And that's really good, and it smells so good. I love the smell of spice cake. So I think we'll add the cookies next before we add the pudding. That looks really good, Nama. She's getting it all mixed up in there. And you just bake the cakes according to the directions. So that's perfect. I'm going to add some of these cookies in now, and I'm going to probably leave about a half a cup out. All right. Oh, that's close. Okay. So I'm going to have Nama mix those in. And what I'm going to do with mine while she's working is I'm going to take a little bit of green food coloring, and I'm going to put just a few dabs on the top of this, because this is going to be the top of our cake. And the green is important in a kitty litter. So I'll just put those on there, and I'll stir those up while she's stirring hers up. This is going to be our chlorophyll top for our kitty litter. It's looking good, Nama. Oh yeah, she's got that all mixed up nice. All right, my green cookies are looking good. So I'm gonna put mine aside, and I'm gonna grab the pudding, and I'm gonna start putting some pudding in to the cake. This is gonna make it really moist, and it gives it an extra flavor. I'm gonna pour over half of it in to start with and see if we need any more. It did say on the recipe you might not use it all, which is totally fine. Do you remember the first time we made this for the first party?
Yes. It looks so realistic. Nobody wanted to eat it.
Nobody wanted to eat it because it looks real, and that's the best part of this. I don't even know if anyone ate it at the party.
I don't think so.
I know I've taken it to other parties. I think we need more pudding. We've taken it to classroom parties, and the kids just don't even know what to think about it. It just looks too real. It's the best part. So while Nama keeps stirring that up, I'm going to take our Tootsie Rolls that we have, and I'm going to put them in the microwave. I just have them on a microwave safe dish. I'm going to put them in the microwave for 10 seconds, just so they get a little soft. Now, you can't serve a kitty litter cake without the kitty litter pan. So we went out and bought a kitty litter pan, washed it down, and this has never been used before for cats, just for our cake. So we've lined it with the garbage bags that fit in there. You can put the garbage bag all the way around, but it's kind of nice just to put it on the inside. So Nama double layered that up for us. And now that she's got the cake all stirred up, we're going to pour it into our kitty litter pan. I'll hold the bowl, and how about you scoop it out? It's a heavy bowl. And we're just gonna pour it all into the kitty litter pan. It's so gross. It's perfect. So good. Can smell that spice cake really well. All right. So you just kind of smush it around like Nama is doing. It's so funny. And I'm gonna get out our Tootsie Rolls. Now our Tootsie Rolls are soft and pliable, so you can kind of squish them around. So what you're wanting to do is, you know, since this is a kitty litter pan, this is what you want. They have little surprises in their kitty litter that you have to clean out every day. So you just kind of mold them and shape them the way you want. And we did 12 of them. So we're gonna kind of dig them into the cake mix. And pull this down. And you just kind of hide them in there so when somebody gets their piece, they might have a little something extra inside of theirs. So you put most of them into there. You want to stretch them out. Got to work quickly. They kind of harden up faster than you like. And, you know, pinching the ends and putting little lines in them, making it a little more realistic is fun to do. So we'll put those in. Oh, that one broke. That's okay. That works too. It's just part of the fun for sure. Here you go, Nama. We'll save a couple just for the top. Those last 4 will be perfect. And I'm gonna take my spoon. I forgot what I did with my spoon. And I'm gonna take this chlorophyll. So it looks like chlorophyll on the kitty litter. That's why it's green. We're just gonna sprinkle that on top. It gives it an extra crunchy element, which is nice and fun. And a little more gross. And we'll put that on there. And then we'll put the rest of the Tootsie Rolls in there. You can even get as gross as you want by rolling it in there so it sticks to it, which is even more fun and more disgusting. And the best part about this, when you go to serve it, I gotta get my lid for it. Make sure it looks all as authentic as it can. Put the lid on it. You could put a name tag on the front of it for your cat. But the best part, make sure when you serve it, you have a kitty litter scoop. And that's kitty litter cake. All right, so we hope that you liked all of our spooky treats and that you have a lot of fun with them with you and your family. Right now, Nama's going to share a devotional thought with us. I'm so excited to hear this.
Okay, I would like to talk about kindness today. And before COVID, our church used to do random acts of kindness. And what you would do is you would, they would pass cards out and you would sign up for it and then they would collect them. And then they would pass them around again and you would take one out and that would be the person or more than one that you would do an act of kindness for. And what you could do is some people would give gift cards, some people would make goodie baskets and pass them out. Some people would send cards or flowers, and some people would make gifts for you, which it's always nice to get personalized gifts. So one gift that one time that we were given is this cross, and a lady in our church does these, and she does a very nice job with them. Nice. I'm not sure exactly. I think she welds them together. Yeah. And anyway, she gave us this, and it was so nice, and we so appreciate it. So I would like to thank Cammie. She did a very nice job on these. Thank you for that.
She's very talented in that way.
She is. And another time, we were given this plaque, and it says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And it's Philippians 4:13. And this is one of my favorite scriptures. And many times the Lord has asked me to do things, and it's been very hard. I would think, oh, I can't do this. But then I would remember the scripture, and then I would be able to do it.
That's wonderful.
So, Danae, thank you very much for this. It's just a beautiful job that you did on this.
So thank you. Job.
And then there's another lady in our church who gives flowers. She has these beautiful flowers at her place, and she will cut them off and put them in newspapers.
Mm-hmm.
And she will bring them to church and pass them out to different people in the church. And sometimes I get some, and
Yes.
it's so nice. And I so enjoy them that she shares God's beautiful workmanship with all of us. And so thank you, Cindy, for that. And I remember that Cindy's mother-in-law used to do that, Jeanette.
Yep.
And she would pass them out at church too, and she would give some to my mom, and that was always, I always thought that was just so nice, to do. And also my mother, I remember a scripture that she used to read to us a lot when I was growing up. And it was Luke 6:31, and it was, do unto others as you would want them to do unto you. And she would always say, if you are good and kind to people, they will be good and kind back to you. Yeah. So when you show kindness, it's always a blessing that comes back to you. Absolutely. So I just wanted to share a little bit on all the kindness that people have done and to us, and thank you.
Thank you. That was so good. And being kind it really is so easy, and it's such a nice thing. And we're surrounded by wonderful people, and you're always so kind to us. We're so blessed because they just live really close to us, and so we get a lot of time with them. And I just can't thank you enough for being here today. This was so fun.
Thank you.
And now we have all of our nice creepy foods that we're gonna eat now because we have all this time. But we thank you so much for joining us. I have no idea what we're doing next week because I haven't gotten that far, but we hope you all have a wonderful Halloween and just enjoy it. My mom always said Halloween's what you make it, so we make it fun for the kids. And we actually have trunk or treat at our church this Saturday, and we would love to have you come and join us. It's going to be outside, and people are going to have their trunks all decorated and hand out candy to the kids, and it's just a lot of fun for us adults just to hang out together. So we hope you can join us 5 to 7. So thanks again, Nam. I'm glad you were here.
Thanks for having me.
We'll see you next week.